every single Universal Orlando resort, and today we're staying at Aventura Hotel. Aventura Hotel is one of 3 Universal Prime Value hotels along with the new Epic Universe hotels. Prime Value is a bit of the sweet spot with a mix of services and amenities made for comfort and affordability. Now, Aventura is pretty eye-catching. You may have seen it from the highway, and the vibe of this hotel is just sleek, stylish, and perfectly priced according to Universal. The big thing you'll hear a lot at Aventura is that it is just plain cool. And I don't know, I've never stayed here, so we've got to go find out if it is in fact just plain cool. As someone who they themselves are just plain cool, me, I think I'm a great person to judge this because I'm like really cool, but I'm like not like so much that it's not just plain cool, you know? Anyway, we should go inside. So we have a whole little staycation here at Aventura lined up for us. Checking in, of course, at night, but tomorrow is a whole resort day dedicated to exploring Aventura, and you are going to be shocked by what there is to see, including a rooftop lounge. Yeah, for real, at a Prime Value hotel. Let's head inside. Check-in starts at 4 p.m. You can check in at any time, but your room isn't guaranteed to be ready until 4 p.m. The check-in desk is over here to the left as you enter, and you can find a couple other amenities, namely at check-in, you can find luggage services. That's great if you do arrive before 4 p.m. and need somewhere to stow your luggage before your room is ready, or if you are checking out and you still want to head to the park, you need to store your luggage, your room, you have to get out of your room, you know, the whole here and there. But we are checked in, so I think we should go ahead and head up and see our room. Not to tease too much, but I have in fact heard that we have one of the best rooms at this hotel. Both of the folks checking me in were excited to hear that I was in the room that I'm in. Oh. All right, very reflective elevator. Look at this, it's a screen. I got overwhelmed. There's also regular buttons where you can key it in, I guess, but I did use the screen to go to the 16th floor, highest floor of the hotel that you can have a room on. Pretty cool. And here we are. And here we are. Nope, this way. 1654. Okay. So far, I'm very interested. Okay, interesting. Cute, cute, cute. Love the desk space. Okay, couple things already. That we've got to talk about. It's weird. And we've got to talk about this. Oh my gosh. Look at the view. This view is ridiculously cool. I'm going to point out some of the stuff that you can see from here. It is really, really unbelievable, honestly. So straight in front of us, we have the volcano, Volcano Bay. That over there, all those red brake lights, that's I-4, shocker. Over there is Orlando Fun Spot, which Sage recently actually did that big old sky swing you can see for our 100 Rides challenge. I can see a lot of iDrive, International Drive. The convention center is there in the distance, which also means there's a chance you can see Epic Universe from here, but Epic Universe isn't open, so I don't know for sure yet because the lights might not be on. This view is so far that I can actually see all the way to Disney's Contemporary Resort, and I can see Space Mountain over there. It's very small and in the distance. Let me zoom. That like lighted brick on the horizon, that's the Contemporary, and then to the right, that's Tron and Space Mountain and the castle, I believe that we can see. That blue in the distance there, I believe, is Epcot. I had a pretty incredible view at Cabana Bay, which is actually, this is Cabana Bay. Staying in those towers at the very end of the hotel, I could see really far, but this is just something else. Okay, so that's the first neat thing about this room, and obviously some rooms at Aventura are gonna have views like this, and some are not, but as you can see, I mean, wow. You can decide if a view like this is worth an upcharge. It might just be in my opinion. But here's something else that's cool. I know it's really dark, but this is our tablet, this is our iPort, and this actually controls everything in the room. So we want lights, let's get these lights back on, shall we? Bam. Control the temperature from here. Our TV, I turned it off earlier. Let's get that baby back on. And she's on, just like that. This is wild. And then you can learn about the resort, including in-room dining, which is kind of a pizza delivery sandwiches thing. Not very extensive, but it's there. As well as learning about all of the options around the resort and even over in Universal. Services, you can request items from here, get yourself connected to the internet. Wow. Learn all about your hotel, getting around from your hotel, and even handle your bill and checkout once it populates, which it's not in yet. This is something I have not seen at any other Universal Orlando hotel. Not a single other Universal Orlando hotel has this tablet. So that is really cool, a major plus here. So you enter the room, obviously here from the door. We can peek out, see what the hallway looks like. I guess we were already out here, but you know, kind of this like, I don't know, it kind of gives like data hallway. Just plain cool is how I would describe it. In the room, door, I've noticed I can definitely hear hallway noise. Not necessarily noise from other rooms, but I can hear hallway noise a bit. I can hear street noise as well, so not the quietest hotel in the world, but that isn't horrible. Got a little peephole, exit path, of course. Standard door locks, that's your like key scan is in here. You've got your little bar for the door and a deadbolt. This little dreaming hanger for you to put on the outside of the door is a do not disturb. And here's your light switch. You don't have to use this. It says all off, so it's great for turning all the lights off really easily, but the lights are mostly controlled by that tablet. Full-length mirror right by the door, so you can see me do this. Doesn't work with one arm. Hall light here to add like light as you're coming in, and we'll come back to our little bathroom area. But we have a closet right here. Big wardrobe, floor to ceiling, tons of space in here. This is like a really huge closet. Some hangers for your use, as well as some notes about the laundry service. There's laundry on several floors of the hotel for guests to use too. We have a luggage rack, ironing board, the iron to go with the ironing board, and a pillow and blanket. Extra if you need it. You can always request more of anything that you need in the room. Then moving on, we have this cabinet, which hides many wonders. For instance, storage space and your in-room safe is in this top cabinet, programmable for your use during your stay. Then we have a coffee maker, ice bucket, some coffees, and below that, our in-room fridge, which is really more of like a beverage cooler, but great for leftovers or your waters. We have the main room. We are in a room that does have 2 queen beds. There are a couple of different room types at this hotel. Some have king beds, some have a little bit more space. Those are deluxe rooms. And then this hotel also has kids suites, which has a little kid-geared bunk bed area, which sounds pretty cool. But we are in the standard queen bed room. This is probably what your room will look like. Of course, you can book one of those other options if they strike your fancy. 2 beds. Each bed has 2 regular pillows and 1 longer accent pillow. I like accent pillows. I think they make it feel homey. I definitely have seen comments that people get a little more nervous with accent pillows because it's less known when the last time they were cleaned was. But this, I will show you, is a zippered pillowcase. So my guess is they clean it every time. Reading lights by the beds, I really like these. You can totally angle them however you want to cast light onto the bed. And then a lot of space between the 2 beds. This isn't the biggest hotel room in the world. The hotel rooms at Stella Nova had a little more walking space. That's in the same category, but there's still plenty of space in this room, honestly. You cannot store anything under the bed, but you also can't lose anything under there because they've got it blocked. And then we have our middle table, which you can see I am charging my phone on the light. I really like this light. It's very cool and futuristic and plain cool. Some outlets, both USB and standard, your in-room phone, as well as a notepad. And then there is just a little drawer in the middle of the nightstand. I also really like the headboard because it's soft, so you can like lean up against it and it's, you know, can't bonk your head on that. Now let's talk view. I did turn all the lights off again to get more shots of this. Incredible view. I know we looked at it in detail, but really just, even on the lower floors are gonna have a pretty cool view from here until you get down to the super low floors. But there is a room category for this. The different view types are called Standard and Skyline. If you get a room with the Skyline view, it's probably going to be a bit more expensive, but maybe this kind of thing is worth it for you. Curtains wise, we of course have the blackout curtains if you're looking for that midday nap, and also because there's a lot of lights out your window. And then we have the see-through curtains here. So you can have privacy or maybe a bit of the light blocked out without totally blocking out your light. Magic Kingdom fireworks are supposed to start in 2 minutes, and they're supposed to start over there. And I can see Magic Kingdom from here, so I'm pretty sure we're gonna get some fireworks views of Magic Kingdom and Epcot, although I think Epcot's are at 9, and I think we'll be down getting dinner. But Magic Kingdom's fireworks, I think we're gonna be able to see them. Now, we also have this seat in the room, which is very low to the ground, so I don't think it's gonna be super comfortable. I'll do a little test. Oh. Well, it's softer than I expected, but it is really low to the ground. As a grown-up, this is a low seat. But it is pretty comfy. I mean, like if you're putting shoes on, I wouldn't like hang out on this. I'd hang out on one of the beds, but you know, it's here. Cool floor lamp right next to that, which is the same design and also controllable by that iPad. Then we have this long installation along the wall. This is gonna be your main dresser. So lots going on drawer-wise here. 3 of these, so plenty of space. And then your TV right here. TV, you won't find a remote for it. Also run by the tablet, which is very neat. You can see all your channels on there, and you can cast your own streaming services or your own devices using the tablet at the TV. Very cool. That's one of my biggest things when I'm in a hotel is I like the ability to cast my own shows and things like that. Some Disney hotels do it, some don't. Most Universal hotels, if not all, you can cast what you want. That is big for me because I don't always want to watch the Food Network, which is my go-to when I can't cast. I like being able to watch my YouTube videos. I like being able to watch AllEars.net and get ready for my next day, you know? Then over here, we have a little desk area. So desk chair here. It's kind of a tight area, but I think plenty of space to work, especially because you can move the iPad. This is my room key. We have a Bluetooth speaker. Yes, I found out what it is. It's a Bluetooth speaker that you can connect to and play music. How neat is that? More outlets, another one of those lights, this one with a dimmer, and your thermostat is here as well. I know we kind of already went through, but pretty much anything you can think of doing, you can do on this iPad. So that's pretty neat. Here's how we control the TV. What do you guys want to watch? You guys want to watch? I mean, honestly, who am I kidding? Food Network? Bring her on. There she is. Now, the bathroom area is separated from the room with these dividers, which add a nice element of privacy, and they look really nice, but they do not actually block a ton of the light. So if you've got someone light sensitive, you're gonna still have trouble if you have someone getting ready before they're awake. We do have this beautiful vanity area. No makeup mirror, but very big mirror. It is that top-down lighting, but I would say this is pretty good lighting for doing your makeup and things like that. Lots of hand towels and washcloths ready for you. A little facial soap bar, tissue, and then your sink. Not a ton of vanity space here. This is probably a 1-person getting ready area at a time. Over here on the side, we have extra water cups. Your hair dryer is back there. Extra roll of toilet paper, and then a trash can. And then your commode room is separated by a sliding door that does lock. You have a towel hook in here. All of your bath towels are located as well. You have your ever important commode equipped with eco-friendly flush, so small flush and big flush. Then we have our bathtub. It's a pretty small bathtub. I don't think I would be taking any baths in here, but you have a bath mat, your shower curtain here, shower head. There is a clothesline in the bathtub. That I think is an unused mount for refillable toiletries because they have little guys. They have the ecological conditioner, shampoo, and body bar in here. Your controls, and then here is a glimpse of that tub all in. I think this is a really nice hotel room. It's not anything super themed. It's not anything super special, but I would say that I find the technological advancement of this room to be really cool. The fact that I can control everything I want from that tablet is awesome, and obviously the view. So pretty neat. Of course, we can't know for sure how good the room is until we do bed science. Just plain cool. I'm looking at a volcano bed science with Quincy. Okay, firmer mattress for sure. I'm not really sinking into it. I can't feel it in the small of my back rising up. It is just a firm mattress. Not uncomfortably so though. It's not like it's rock hard or anything like that. I think it's pretty comfortable. I think I'll get a perfectly fine night's sleep on this, but it's not my favorite bed that I've ever been on in my entire life. Especially because I tend to like a little bit of a softer bed. Let's try out those pillows though. Okay, nice middle ground pillow. Not super soft, not super firm, very supportive. It's definitely supporting my head at the right spot and my head's not sinking into it. I like a really cushy pillow that is still supportive. This isn't that. It's definitely in that middle ground area, but I think this is a crowd pleaser pillow. I think most people are going to be happy with this pillow. But we have to see if we can see the fireworks before I eat. Look at that. That's Happily Ever After. There are a lot of Disney hotels you can't see Happily Ever After from. This is so cool. You guys have any like random useless superpowers? Because one of mine is being able to line like music up perfectly with fireworks. So like I could pull up a video of Happily Ever After right now and I could get it lined up perfectly with the fireworks I'm watching. And I can also like, if I'm on a plane with someone, I can make sure that our movies are lined up exactly. But I think we should go eat. And we're gonna head to one of the selling points of this hotel, especially while fireworks are going on, a rooftop lounge. Oh, I almost forgot. Before we head out, you do have to go talk to Pricing Quincy, also known as Buzzkill Quincy, who tells us that you do, in fact, have to pay for this room, and this is how much it is. Go over to Buzzkill Quincy. I'll see you up at the lounge. We've got a lot more hotel to see. Of course, we're going to see it in daylight tomorrow during our resort day when we get to hang out all around the hotel and then head to Universal for a bit, see how long it takes to get there, which is another major perk of this hotel that we really do have to investigate. But I'll send you over to Buzzkill Quincy. You can talk to her and then I'll meet you up at the lounge. Sorry about that. Necessary evil. I have to live with her in my head. We're in the same head. Imagine that. So send you over to Buzzkill Quincy. Oh, hey, it's me, Pricing Quincy. I resent being called BuzzFeed Quincy. I think I'm quite fun, especially because I'm doing something right now that you get to see later in the video that shocked me, awed me. The fact that I'm eating what I'm eating right now in a food court at a theme park hotel is stunning. And you'll get to find out about that later. So who's the buzzkill now? Anyway, let's talk pricing. Aventura is in Universal's prime value category, which is a step above their base level. Their base level actually has like a value suites sort of situation. Like usually the rooms are a bit bigger, cheaper, fewer amenities, that kind of thing. But prime value is still considered like a value level. Now before discounts, these rooms will run you between $274 to $949 per night, depending on your room type, your view, and your date. Remember, there are a lot of room types here, including kids suites that have sort of a special kids area, and the ones on the upper floor with the beautiful view can get very expensive on holidays, but typically you're going to see about around $300 per night for the standard rooms at this hotel. Now, I highly recommend looking for special offers. If I want to book a room at Aventura right now, I can do so for around $200 because of a special offer they have going on. So when you are checking out your Universal hotel, make sure you don't miss out on any special offers that can make it a whole lot cheaper. It's definitely pricier than like your typical Holiday Inn, but I think it's priced to include the perks that you also get here. So back to regular Quincy, who I think is on her way to bar 17 on the roof, which you're going to want to see. But you're going to want to see this later too, so you better keep watching. Okay, 17th floor, Rooftop Bistro. Okay, already a couple of things I like. It's quite windy up here, but they have these big glass panels that block the wind, which is great so that it doesn't bowl you over. Very well designed. You can see all the way around. Literally, 365 views if you walk around the tower. Gorgeous, tons of seating. Big old bar. They're playing a hockey game. Hockey match. And yeah, the views are just incredible up here. You can see some of the views from the other side of the hotel, what those look like. Whew. I'm walking over here. And those are pretty great too. Oh yeah, Bar 17 Bistro. So this is where we're gonna do dinner because they do have a couple of entrees, some appetizers. I think I'm just gonna grab a seat at the bar, make it easy. Okay, very quick service. My drink was like ready so fast. This here is the Honeycomb Old Fashioned, which is Castle and Key Restoration Rye Whiskey, Kentucky Rye Whiskey Old Fashioned, honey and honeycomb. And then these are little bites, little snacky things that are complimentary. Also a full dinner coming, so things are exciting here. Trying out the Old Fashioned, cheers. Scomps, scomps. Eye contact, scomps. Okay, that's quite good. It's definitely a little on the sweet side as Old Fashions go, but I get a good taste of the whiskey. I don't think this is gonna make your average Old Fashioned drinker happy, just because it is a little on the sweet side. Oh, I don't know, maybe it needed a stir. It's definitely a sweeter Old Fashioned still, but It's not a sweet drink by any stretch of the imagination. Do not order this if you're a sweet drinker. Really robust flavors from the whiskey, lots of fruitiness from the orange that's in here, and a lot of sweetness from the honey. It's honestly perfect for me because I like my old fashions to be really heavy liquor flavor, but with enough sweetness to cut it. And I think that this is hitting that. Also, look at this little Aventura stir stick. How cute is that? Also, I've been nibbling already. These are incredible, these little nibbles. There's like nuts and cheesy crackers. Now I do want to note, it's pretty dead. Not dead, there's lots of people up here. It's just there's tons of tables, tons of bar seating available. The parks just closed 37 minutes ago. So people who stayed till park closed are either still in the park riding rides that had really long lines when the park closed, or they're on their way here. Now City Walk, of course, will suck up some people, but my guess is this place gets pretty poppin' once the parks filter out. There is so much seating and a ton of staff. So something tells me they're prepped for it. Okay, and again, very quickly, dinner came out. This is the bibimbap, made with jasmine rice, infused soy sauce, shredded carrots, cabbage, mushrooms, kimchi, and a fried egg. It's $16, but I did add protein for $6. The protein options were really unique because they're actually the same proteins in their bao buns. So I got to get crispy pork belly. I love bibimbap. I'm very excited about this. And I think we should crack this egg, shall we? I can't stop eating the little bar snacks. They're so good. This hotel in general has a bigger variety of food than I'm used to seeing, like sushi, and in general I think there's kind of an Asian flair to the food here. This is kind of an incredible bowl of food. My only complaint is that the pork belly is a bit on the chewy side, and not in like the pleasant pork belly way. It just kind of takes a while to chew. It's not off-putting necessarily. The flavor is awesome. I love a running egg. So the fact there's a running egg here, amazing. The cabbage and the carrots add this like fresh element. The rice is perfectly cooked. It's not like overly chewy or overly grainy. The mushrooms add this incredible earthiness when you get a bite with them. And all in all, just like a really great bowl. I love the soy sauce infused rice. It is so flavorful. It tastes like fried rice from like a teppanyaki restaurant. I'd get this again in a heartbeat. I'm like really impressed with this rooftop bar. Gonna eat my bibimbap, and then I think we'll head back to the room, turn on something that is not the Food Network, and try out 8 hours of bed science before we head to our full resort walk tomorrow. I truly cannot wait. My first impression has been incredible. Okay, killer first impression done. I'm pumped to watch my YouTube on TV. It's still the Food Network right now. But look at this view and fall asleep to get some rest for an incredible resort day tomorrow. So I will see you after 8 hours of bed science. Good morning. All right, resort day at Aventura, and then a little bit of, Universal time later. We got to see what it takes to get over there from here, obviously. But yeah, Aventura. I'm back down in the lobby because one thing about Universal hotels is that they have Starbucks in the lobbies. And as you might notice, this isn't like, we serve Starbucks coffee, or it's a little mini Starbucks location. It's basically a full Starbucks, complete with like coffee shop style seating. And obviously there's lots of seating over here at Bar Aventura as well, the lobby bar that will open a bit later. But it is like a full Starbucks location with their full offerings, full seasonal offerings, full pastry offerings, which is one thing that I do quite like about Universal Orlando is access to coffee, familiar coffee, and specialty coffee. So that's how I'm starting my day, to the surprise of no one. This is such a full Starbucks location that they actually even have a grounds for your garden pickup. This is probably not that helpful to you when you're staying at Aventura, but might be helpful to you at home. Starbucks does this where they bag up their used coffee grounds, and you can come in and literally you can pick this up for free and take it home to compost your garden. Pretty much every Starbucks location does it. It might vary depending on like how busy they are, what kind of space they have, but you can always ask. I worked at a Starbucks in a grocery store, and we did grounds for your garden to be able to come get coffee grounds to compost for free. So that's pretty cool. Unrelated to your vacation, because you probably don't want to carry compost home in your luggage, but there's a lot of seating in this lobby because of like the Starbucks and then the restaurant that we'll check out a little later, the bar are all kind of in this area. There's a lot of seating, and I really like the vibe in here. It's late enough that most people have head off to the parks for the day. People are checking in and stuff, but it's very quiet, very like comfortable in here. There's like a lot of folks like sitting and working or chatting at the coffee shop. It just feels like surprisingly convivial for a lobby, for a hotel lobby. You just don't see that all the time at like theme park hotel lobbies. So I don't know. I really like the vibe in the lobby, even though it's kind of like gray and modern. I like the vibe. I got a pistachio latte, if you were curious. It is quite good. It's a magic. At AllEars, we play a game called Magic or Tragic with our coffees, where some days your coffee's magic and some is tragic. You know it. This is a magic, which is a great sign for our resort tour that we're about to do. We're gonna walk around and see everything this hotel has, so you don't miss any of the amenities when you're here, including a robot. There's a robot that I'm gonna find. So where do we start a resort walk around tour? The lobby, because it's a very good system. We have your check-in desk we saw yesterday, of course, and luggage services, which we also saw. And then mostly just a lot of big space for moving around. There's a little info board here that you can come and check out, learn a bit about what's offered that day, the weather, park hours, and things like that. Always helpful to kind of glance at these when you're around them, just because they might drop something a little helpful for you, like the Mardi Gras concert schedule. You could find out when you can see DJ Pauly D or TLC. Don't go chasing waterfalls. Now, other things in the lobby is that over here on the right, this actually isn't an extension of the check-in desk. This is the vacation planning desk, which is where you can get a lot of help with your Universal vacation. They can help you plan tickets, dining reservations. You can pick things up like tickets. It's just a very helpful desk. If you have any questions about your Universal vacation experience separate from the hotel, you can come to the lobby and they can help you out. And typically, because you are staying in a Universal hotel, they can be very, very helpful if something goes wrong as well. They might be able to help out with anything you need. Now, over to the left here, we have a couple more little administrative things. You've got your ATM, which is of course important. You need to grab cash, and then your rental car desk. There's an Avis rental car desk. Yes, you can actually use the rental car services from right here at your hotel, which can be very helpful too. All Universal hotels will have a Universal Studios store off the lobby, and this is where you can find a collection of the merchandise that you'll find in the parks. Typically, that means a lot of Wizarding World merchandise because it's pretty popular. Good amount of general Universal merchandise as well, and then a couple of other things. In the back there, they've got some Spider-Man and Marvel merch, some Simpsons, Jurassic Park, Minions. But then also you've got some general stuff, things that can be helpful just for a vacation. If you forgot your swimsuit or anything like that. I was having a good time just kind of staring at this pinwall when I walked in here a little earlier with my coffee. Look at these, pretty neat. But the best part of any resort gift shop anywhere is the essentials cart or wall. This is the essentials stand here. You've got sunscreen, you've got aloe, you've got chargers, baby care, feminine care, medicine, razors, toothbrush, things you forgot. That is in here. If you have any needs, come and grab them. And they've also got bandages and ointment and moleskin and things for if you have just a good place to know where it is. I never recommend relying on your hotel store to buy souvenirs. If you see something in the park that you love, go ahead and buy it when you're in the park, even if you swing back by on the way out so you don't have to carry it. But a perk here is that they do have package pickup at Universal hotels, so you don't even really have to worry about that. You can never guarantee that the thing that you fell in love with in the park is going to be back at the hotel. So I always recommend not abandoning something and being like, oh, we'll get it at the hotel, because you might not. We've already seen the Starbucks, which is right here. And again, I'm just kind of shocked by like the coffee shop vibe of it. Like, I know that it is a coffee shop, but the fact that it has that level of a vibe while in a hotel, pretty impressive. Here to our right, we have Bar Ventura. Now this is the lobby bar. It is open more in the afternoons and into the evenings, but that's something that I absolutely love about Universal's value suites and prime value categories is that they have lobby bars, nice lobby bars with friendly bartenders and nice drinks. When you stay at a value resort and even many moderates in Disney World, your only option for a bar is the pool bar, which doesn't feel particularly like loungy, relaxing in the same way a lobby bar does. Obviously for a pool day, you want a pool bar, but when you have checked in and you just want a drink or you want like a nightcap, a lobby bar goes a long way, and Universal actually has lobby bars. They tend to be bustling in the evenings, probably as you'd expect. And it's a great alternative if you don't want to go up to bar 17 like we did last night and do the full experience. But neither Starbucks nor the lobby bar help that much with food. And for food, you want to head over here to Urban Pantry, which is dead right now because it's a little early for lunch. Also, there are not a lot of people at the hotel. They must well be in the parks today. Urban Pantry is the sort of food court, quick service location here. It's nice, it's snazzy. Again, it's got kind of that like cool, trendy, modern coffee shop vibe. Like, it just looks like a nice place. Catch me working from home from Aventura. But they have a wide variety of things that you can eat here. Like this here is the pizza stand, and you can see it has an actual fire burning pizza oven. A little later in the day, you can see that they have the wok station with sushi and wok dishes that you can get made to order, but they also have a little bit of grab and go. And everything is made fresh, so you're getting pretty tasty food. We are gonna pop in here for lunch, so we'll do a full review and check it out. There's also a limited amount of grab and go items if you do just want to take something back to your room real quick and not worry about doing all of the ordering. And another option when you're staying at a Universal hotel is using these refillable souvenir cups. They must be out of the Aventura ones, but if you use these, they can activate it and you get free refills for the length of time that you pay for at your hotel. I know I keep sort of like making jokes about the like just plain cool theme of Aventura, but it kind of is just plain cool. Like it's just like, yeah, I would sit in here and it would be just plain cool. And I will when I get lunch. But this seems like a good time to step outside because Urban Pantry does have some outdoor seating. Not a ton, and honestly, the way the building is shaped, it creates a bit of a wind tunnel, but you know, it's there. It's a little chilly out today. It is February, so don't take this as particularly representative of what the pool might look like. We've seen a bit of the pool from up at our room. So over here to the right, we have the arcade, which is an outdoor arcade. I found that surprising, but I mean fun for the kids, especially because they don't have to go far from the pool deck to come and have a blast at this little mini arcade. So that's pretty neat. And then in the pool, lots of different amenities to be found. So right here we have the kids splash pad, ever important, because as much as you want your kids to love seeing the Minions and meeting Shrek, they're probably gonna love getting blasted in the face with a stream of water. And they can do that right here at the hotel. So it's a nice pool deck. They play like vibey tunes here, which is fun, I guess. But here's our pool deck. There's stairs here, but it's a nice sizable pool, relaxing pool deck that you can see like up the tower. It's not huge, aren't a ton of chairs. So like, well, I guess it extends down here a bit. I could see it getting a bit busy on in the summer based on the size of the hotel, but it's still like nice. It's terraced, different levels. There's a hot tub, which everybody loves, especially in February. Now, one of my favorite things to do at Universal hotels is to grab a drink from the pool bar and relax in the sun or in the shade adjacent to the sun where I belong with my pale skin. But I love sitting with just like one of these little tables and a chair. And then over here, we have our fire pit as well, which at night they light up and you can come and hang out. And you can buy s'mores kits in the restaurant. So if your kiddos want to make s'mores, they can. But that's another thing. It's usually very like communal. Only one fire pit. This could get kind of busy, but this isn't nearly as big of a hotel as some of the other Universal options. So something to note that might make that refillable cup a little more attractive is that most Universal hotels have Coca-Cola Freestyle machines where you can get whatever you want, which is pretty neat, instead of just being stuck with a classic soda fountain. And this is the pool bar, a really loungy feel, like a lot of seating where you could hang out and have your drinks in addition to being on the pool. And it's called Bar Soul. There's not going to be any food at this spot. The Prime Values don't typically have food at their pool bar, but you can step right inside and grab food if you want food on the pool deck. Instead, you can have cocktails, frozen drinks, beer, wine, and a couple of non-alcoholic options like smoothies and a cotton candy colada. It's still early, so I think we're going to skip the pool bar for now. But seriously, I cannot recommend Universal's pool drinks enough. The frozen is always the perfect frozen blend, perfect mix of like the alcohol taste and the fruit. Like they just make the dream pool drink. All right. Oh, that's me. All right. Back inside the lobby because there are a couple more amenities and amenities that I think rule for a hotel that is this price level. always makes me very happy to see this option, but go ahead upstairs to the second level. So we're gonna pop up to level 2 to see the fitness center. Here we go, 5 a.m. to 10 p.m., open daily, fitness center. And I really like this fitness center. It is a lot of equipment. They've got free weights, they've got ellipticals, they've got treadmills, whole shebang. There's somebody working out, so I'm not gonna go in, but it's on the roof behind the Aventura sign, which I really like because it gives you a nice view while you're working out, but no one can look at you. There are also lockers on this floor, which is great if you're using the gym. And this room, which I think is just like a sitting room. There used to be something really interesting on this floor, but I'm not sure it's a thing anymore. Yeah, so this just looks like workspace, pretty much, that you can access if you need to. This, I believe, used to be a VR gaming room. It's closed now, but that's pretty crazy. That's why this hotel kind of has the like techie vibe in general. Okay, we're gonna come back and have lunch and maybe try a pool drink, depending on how I'm feeling. But first, we're gonna test out the transportation. There are 2 ways to get to the Universal Parks from here. And one is via shuttle bus and one is walking. You can actually walk. I think it is a quite long walk. We're gonna take the shuttle and see how long that takes. In general, if you're staying at a Universal hotel, these shuttles are gonna be your best friend. Now in most situations, Universal Resort shuttles, there's pretty much always one there to pick you up. The buses run very often and they don't run to like very far compared to like Disney. You've got buses kind of running all over the place. These buses run between City Walk and the hotel. And one is pulling away right now, which is perfect because we can see how long it takes for a new one to show up and grab us. It might be that they're only running this bus in the middle of the day, but that'll be interesting to see how long it takes. Now this map will probably look a little bit different in a few months when Epic Universe opens, but for now, this is what transit looks like around Universal. Some resorts do have boats to the park, but a lot of resorts, it's gonna be buses. And so we just have to grab this bus, hop on, and then we can bus all the way over to City Walk right here, which is where we can get to Islands of Adventure or Universal Studios. For Volcano Bay, there's a dedicated entrance to Volcano Bay for Aventura that we can literally just walk across the street to. So if you're interested in the water park, which I do highly recommend, it's an incredible water park, then you can literally just walk right over from Aventura or Cabana Bay, which is really nice. And we can also walk to the theme parks. It's just gonna be a bit further. Now when Epic Universe opens, it is a bit away from here. It is about like a 10-15 minute ride away from the main Universal Resort area. So when that opens, there will be shuttles that are running to Epic Universe as well. The bus is here. It was about 7 minutes. It was an 8-minute bus ride, and just like the hit sequel to Sex and the City, and just like that, we made it to the bus stop. I do not know why I made that joke. I didn't even watch that. Here are all of the buses. You can find all the hotel buses come to this stop. And basically you go up this escalator and you're dropped off right at security for City Walk. And then you walk through City Walk to get to the parks. We're actually gonna swing into the park, I think. And it looks like buses leave from the hotel every 10 minutes. I'm gonna go through security and I'll pick you up back up when we get into City Walk. We made it to City Walk. City Walk shopping and entertainment district for Universal. Awesome nightlife. There's really cool escape room experiences. Just fun area to hang out. And it's how you access both parks. So wait, I'm still stealing Universal Studios. Islands of Adventure is this way. Universal Studios is this way. I am going to pop into Universal Studios because next week I'll be in California and I'm going on a podcast called For Your Amusement, which if you see my Selenova video, you might know I watch a show called Ghost Files on YouTube. It's a ghost hunting show. And I mentioned it in a video and some folks in the comments were like, you should try to go on their theme parks podcast. So I told them and I'm going. So I'm really excited about it. I'm going on an episode of For Your Amusement. But me and the For Your Amusement guys are gonna talk about Men in Black Alien Attack. So I'm gonna do a little research by going and riding Men in Black Alien Attack, one of my favorite rides, which is over in Universal Studios. And then we can head back to the hotel, which I think we're gonna walk back and get a sense of that route, see how brutal that walk is, because it seems to me like it's gonna be pretty long, but we'll find out. I rode Men in Black Alien Attack twice because the line was short and it was a blast, and I scored really, really high, as I always do on that ride. All right, now it's back to the hotel. So I'll see you at the top of the path because we are gonna walk it, see what happens. All right, so the path to get back to the hotel is right next to Islands of Adventure. You pop out here right by Margaritaville, and then you can start walking. It's got its own dedicated security if you walk over here too. We're gonna see how long the walk is. It's a pretty manicured walk called the Garden Walk, but we are the furthest hotel from the park, so I'm timing it. I did, full disclosure, get a little bit lost on my walk, and I am now in the Sapphire Falls lobby, but Aventura's across the street, so it's fine. But the walk is a bit confusing. There's not a ton of signage, and I think I ended up off the garden walk a bit, but there were team members that I could ask where to go, so it was fine. It'll be a 20-minute walk. In 2 minutes, it will be 20 minutes, and I have a pretty fast pace, so I don't know. I don't know that I recommend the walk unless you're just really like, man, that sounds nice, or the bus is really taking a long time, something's gone wrong. Volcano Bay is much closer to Aventura. So 20-minute walk over to Universal, 8-minute shuttle ride. Shuttles come every 10 minutes. That's what I would recommend. Volcano Bay is actually closed today, so I'm not going to be able to use this entrance at all, but I obviously still want to show you where it is. In fact, this is an exit directly from the pool area of Aventura, so you can come out the back of the hotel, and then this gate right here, which again closed because Volcano Bay is closed today, takes you right to the security for Volcano Bay. That is very close. That is closer than I thought. From walking off the pool deck, that was a 0-minute walk. This and Cabana Bay, if Volcano Bay is a big highlight of your trip, which I'm not a huge water park person, I love Volcano Bay, then this and Cabana Bay are good places to stay to be able to just walk right into the park pretty much. Also, you can get pretty cool views of Volcano Bay, as we saw. I'm here at Urban Pantry, and they just set, I went up and ordered. I wanted to get one of the walk things, which they only have one station open, but that's because it's just not very busy. They still have the full menu. So I ordered the walk bowl, and you could get it with a sauce base or a broth base. And they gave me a little buzzer, and then after about 10 minutes, my buzzer rang, and the most incredible looking noodle soup came out. I'm literally, my jaw was on the floor when I saw it. It was like steaming across the room, inviting me to come pick it up. And it's this huge, beautiful bowl of soup made with all my preferences. So this is the Create Your Own Wok bowl. I went with chicken broth as the base. It has egg noodles, chicken, and then you get to pick 4 veggies, and I went with mushrooms, broccoli, snap peas, and onions. And then she asked me if I wanted chili paste, jalapenos, or garlic. So I got chili paste and garlic in here. And she asked if I wanted any green onions or sesame on top, and obviously I did, so I have that as well. And this just looks incredible for a theme park hotel restaurant, food court. I'm a big fan of anything like Asian cuisine wise. I love Japanese food, Thai food, Chinese food. I love Americanized versions of those, and I love the more authentic. So this is just you guys know I was really happy with Bar 17's food last night. This just looks incredible. I know I'm eating with a fork. I'm gonna get the spoon too, but it's quite good. It's very salty in the way a lot of noodle soups are salty, but definitely garlicky, tons of aromatic garlic in my nose. Everything is well cooked, the veggies are well cooked. I think this is gonna be so filling. It's so tasty. I'm gonna ask for a bit more chili paste because I'm not sure that a lot really landed in there, but wow, I'm really impressed. And that concludes our stay here at Universal Aventura Resort. I'm skipping the pool bar because I'm sleepy, but I promise the pool drinks are good. That means it's time for us to decide, is it worth your money? So this is kind of that mid-level hotel. $300 a night is something that you have to consider. Is it really worth it? Let's talk about the perks. So when you stay at any Universal hotel, you get a couple of awesome perks like access to that shuttle service. Many of them are walking distance to the parks. You get package return at your hotels. You buy something at the parks and have it sent to your hotel. You can get resort-wide charging privileges to your room key if that's something you're interested in. And you get early entry to the theme parks. Usually it's an hour to one of the theme parks, you can check it in the park hours. Most often it's to Islands of Adventure, which is a great time to ride Hagrid's, one of the most desired rides in the park. Now, Aventura is not at that level that gets you free express, which is a skip the line offering at Universal. You don't get that, but you get all the other perks. From a pro's standpoint, you've got a pro in the, I'm gonna say tech and theme of this hotel. I think the theme is super sleek and there's tons of cool tech around this hotel, including a robot that can bring stuff to your room. Now, I did order something to my room last night and the robot did not come. It was a person, which is why you do not see footage, but I saw the robot running stuff to other people's rooms. So it absolutely can happen that a robot brings something to your room. And everything in the room being controlled by the tablet is super cool as well. I also will say that the dining options here, though limited, really did impress me. Another pro is location. Not only are the hotels at Universal a nice location, obviously compared to the Universal parks, they're also pretty central to Orlando in general. They're not that far from the airport. They're not that far from downtown Orlando. They're definitely not far from SeaWorld. And it isn't too difficult to get to Disney. So if you're looking at doing other things in the Orlando area outside of Universal, or just doing Universal, this is a great option, location-wise. Cons-wise, it's not the best location-wise for getting to the parks within Universal compared to some of the more expensive Universal hotels. It's a little bit further out. It's not right there next to the parks like something like Royal Pacific. There's no boats, but it really isn't far. It's just not quite as close. It's also not quite as cheap as some other Universal options. At this hotel, you do pay more for smaller rooms than you do at the value suites category at places like Cabana Bay and Endless Summer. Endless Summer specifically, you can get surprisingly large rooms for surprisingly low rates, and you can learn more about that in my coverage of either Endless Summer Resort Dockside or Surfside. I've got full videos on the channel now. Another con is the parking price. It is expensive to park here. You do have to pay per night a fee. That does kind of tack on to what you need to budget for your hotel stay if you are bringing a car. That is true of all the Universal hotels. There is a parking fee, so it's not really compared to other Universal hotels. It just is a bit of a bummer compared to other hotels that might be around. You might not have to pay to park at a non-theme park hotel, and you don't have to pay to park at Disney. So there's pros and cons here. Yes, it's worth it, but I would choose somewhere different. Because for me at Universal, I either want to pay less and stay at Cabana Bay, which is a crowded but very fun hotel with a ton of amenities that's a little bit cheaper than this, and it's literally right across the street, same location perks. Or I would want to pay a little more to get that Express Pass perk, which is such a game changer in the parks because it lets you skip all the lines. So for me, even though I do think this is well priced, I think it's worth the price you pay, I would rather pay more or less instead of this weird middle category. I've really loved Aventura. I would 100% stay here again, so if it does catch your attention, I do recommend it. I am now one away of existing hotels, and then we have 2 hotels opening this year with Epic Universe that I haven't visited yet. And once I've stayed in those 3, I will be able to definitively answer the question of what the best Universal Orlando hotel is. I'm very excited about that. We do have those reviews coming to the channel. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single one. If you're still here, please like the video. And to let me know that you made it all the way, drop this secret code in the comments. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for hanging.